I don't know where the fuck to start on this. United lose at Stadium of Light 2-1 to Sunderland in a match that we should have absolutely won. And that's it, innit? That is it. We should have absolutely won it. Can Van Gaal keep his job now after this? I don't think so. The way the top four are beating each other and dropping points left, right and centre means that we've been handed the opportunity to absolutely storm the top four, despite not deserving it, on a plate so many times, and we've not taken it. And today was one of those opportunities. I can take a point at Stamford Bridge in the circumstances, with Hiddink coming in and making them competitive again. But it relied on getting 3 points today. And I thought we could get 3 points against Arsenal coming up. But to go there like that and capitulate in the way we did, conceding twice from set pieces, that's schoolboy stuff. I have my 9-year-olds calling numbers out at set pieces and telling the rest of them where to go. And they're excellent at it. These are professional footballers who can't defend set pieces. Chris Smalling was at fault today. Mike Smalling's not been here for a couple of weeks. Chris Smalling was back in a team today, defending at a corner and at set pieces like a 10-year-old. Unacceptable. We had our chances. I have to give some credit to Sunderland as well, actually, because Sunderland, from the first second, came at us and they did not let us settle. And that set up the whole character of the game. That Sunderland was just willing to fight and dog it out for us, and we didn't seem to have the same sort of fight and dog in us that Sunderland did, and that is why they won. I felt on the balance we probably should have come away with a point, and that would have been a fair result. We did cause them a lot of problems, but it is what it is. The penalty shouts are nonsense as well in my eyes. I don't think there was penalties at either end. Where does the club go from here? Because I said I don't see Ed Woodward sacking Van Gaal, but I could be there could be a change in that, as we saw yesterday with Paul McGuinness being sacked. It is being reported that he left of his own choices, but he was sacked, and I'm not sure the reasons behind that. People are saying the obvious reason: there was 12 defeats in the league. That was the reason he was sacked, but that's not. His job's not to win the league with the under-18s. His job is to bring players from under-16s and pass them into either the first team or the under-21 teams as better players. And Paul McGuinness has had an excellent record of doing that. So him going, I think it ties in with the fact that there's a new academy director coming in, and by all accounts it's Nicky Butt that's coming in, and Warren Joyce is going to move down to the under-18s manager, and I think that's because he's so good instilling character and developing players at the under-21 level that the club want to bring him to a more important level. That 16 to 18 development, where you're taking them from non-competitive football into competitive football, is big. Maybe the club want to push for more FA Youth Cup success because of our history in that competition, and maybe they think Warren Joyce is the man to do that. The under-21s does become a little bit less important because players are being nicked from the first team or given minutes from the first team, and you can't really get a squad going together. So maybe they are going for the under-18s. Next year's under-18 is going to include Angel Gomez, half a dozen new signings, and the likes of Roshan Williams and that, who are still... They're playing under-21 football at the moment. So the under-18's future looks very bright, despite the fact that we sit... Well, I think we've just come off the bottom of the league after the victory today against Stoke. But I've got sidetracked, haven't I? So... What I was talking about the under-18s and under-21s for, because it's indicative of the lack of direction at Manchester United at the moment. And I think that's because we've got Ed Woodward in charge. Ed Woodward is a financial guy. He come from JP Morgan Chase. He was one of the men that facilitated the Glazer loan buyout takeover of Manchester United. He helped them get the money and facilitate the paperwork side, the legal side of the takeover of Manchester United as a company. So the Glazers absolutely love him. There's no way that the Glazers are going to sack Ed Woodward. He is a Glazer man as there is ever likely to be. That's why he's in the position that he's in, and he also makes them a shitload of money through the sponsorships and the wheeling and dealing that he does. But we are a football club, and we make our money based on the fact that we are a very successful football club, and to be and continue to be a successful football club, we need football men in and around. Now, people say, why don't we just give Gary Neville the job as a director of football? I don't know what a director of football's remit is, and I don't know if Gary Neville's qualified for that job. Maybe we have to take someone who's been a director of football somewhere else and bring him to Manchester United. Again, I don't know. This is a big, long conversation, and maybe I'll do a video on it later in the week. I should be absolutely fuming today, but I'm not, because it doesn't come as a shock to me when we lose anymore, and that's wrong. We need change. Drop us a like if you don't mind. Let's get some discussion going. Director of football, manager, fucking Ed Woodward, Glazers. Let's get it all in the mix. See you in a bit.